Hello everyone, welcome to the weekly videos again. So let's take a look at the stocks that have been posted in the past. Okay, let's start off with LHN over here. You can see on my left-hand side, LHN was posted on a communicator on the 5th of July. So I was looking at this to be a low and then a rebound towards the resistance at 0.48. Okay, so on my right-hand side, you can see the chart. So indeed, on the day itself, after I posted, it actually went up and gave us the confirmation. But unfortunately, it did not follow through its buying and then begin to pull back to close lower. So right now it's hovering at its 20-day MA support with stochastic looking at to cross up. So if it is bullish, then we are looking at this 4-3, which is a newly formed minor resistance to be broken. So it's very important for it to test 4-3 and break up from there because um, if it fails to do so, it may not be able to reach 4-8. And if it can't test 4-3 and drift down slowly, its support level at 365 hopefully not tested. Okay, so if it's tested again, then it's going to be challenging because from there we have to decide to see whether the stocks itself is going for a downtrend by breaking its support or can rebound from support level. So we have to watch further. Now let's move forward with 6th of July. We have Union Gas and Kappa DC. So Union Gas over here on the chart. Okay, what we are looking at is that Union Gas entry at 107, target 112 to 117. So Union Gas, in fact, hit 107 and then went to 112 target, but unfortunately it did not manage to continue to hit 117. So this is going to be a long wait because you can see that Union Gas has been consolidating again on light volume. So we have to wait for buyers to come back in to push the counter back up so that this time now it can clear this minor resistance, which is uniform at 115, and then once it clear 117 all-time high, and then it continue to move up higher. Kappa DC, let's take a look at the chart here. You have the Kappa DC having been able to form a support at 245 and form a one white soldier candle pattern. So we are looking at it to rebound towards its resistance level. Okay, so let's take a look at the Kappa DC now. So its resistance level is at 269. And currently, we have Kappa DC moving towards the resistance, currently trading at 265, 266, looking bullish as the counter seems to have established some form of uptrend with low and higher low. So once it tests 269, it is going to be a crucial level to meet because it is very close to its 200-day MA support resistance. So once all these resistance are broken, then we can see more upside coming from Kappa DC. So let's wait and see what would happen to Kappa DC going forward. So I'm still holding it. Let's go back to next counter, Hobiland on the 7th of July, Hobiland. We are looking at Hobiland because it has found support with its 20-day MA, and with recent hype, we can see that the buyers are still very much in it, with it consolidating with declining and light volume. So we want to see whether it can cross above 291 and then go back to its resistance at 302. Hobiland. So we can see that Hobiland, after posting it, it managed to go up. The volume is quite healthy, I would say. But unfortunately, the next day, it experienced a sell down together with the whole market. And since then, it hasn't been able to recover as it consolidate at the light volume over here and declining volume. So it is going to be a long wait again for this counter. So this counter has a few challenges to face here. First is that its support at 2.83 is in danger. Why? Because this counter seems to be resisted by its 20-day MA level. So if this counter don't cross above this 20-day MA level, then it may start to change a trend and potentially go for a downtrend if it breaks support. Okay, so let's wait and see whether this counter can break up above its 20-day MA. Eventually, if it cross above 292, then it may continue to go up higher. Now, let's move on. We have Stress trading on the 8th of July. We are looking at a potential recovering or formation of uptrend because of the short-term price pattern as the volume is light and declining after the strong rally. So let's see whether how this straight trading perform over here. So straight trading, we see that after we posted this counter, let's adjust the price over here, okay, to make it clearer. So we can see that after we make a posting, this counter did not actually break out, but in fact it went down and retest the support level. So after that, it managed to recover strongly and go back to its resistance. Officially, our trading setup is negated with that long black candle over here. So this long black candle is actually negating the signal. So, or has negated the signal. So what we are looking at is that this counter has a new setup, and going forward, we have to look at this counter break above this resistance at 291 in order to continue to go higher. So we'll continue to watch, and of course now is not the optimum time to look at this counter. Then followed by 9th of July, Nutri-Farm. So recently, this counter has ventured into durian investment. So durian has helped this counter to rebound strongly or rally strongly to 5.1 level before it pulled back to 440 plus. Okay, so let's see how Nutri-Farm performs right now. I was watching Nutri-Farm very closely that day after I've posted it, and there are some questions from my existing client to ask me, hey, should we be going in because Nutri-Farm has already hit the entry price at 425. So my answer to him was that no, we don't go in because the volume when he was trading at 425, 43 was extremely low. So we choose to wait and see. In the end, we did not take any action. So we waited and see what happened. So it closed disappointingly at 4.2 on this particular day, and then thereafter didn't manage to recover. At this point of time, what we are facing is that this counter has the third higher low. So this is the high. Rather, sorry, I beg your pardon. This is the third lower high. So this is the high. This is the lower high, and then followed by a third lower high. So it is very challenging right now for the counter. Unless it can rebound straight away to cross above 4.3, if not, breaking below the support level around here, 3.8, may result in more downward movement towards its 200-day MA around 335, thereabouts, 3.5 to 335 zones. Okay, so I would say that this signal would be potentially negated, or even those who have entered may have to exit this counter earlier before it hits lower. Let's move forward. We have SGX and Del Monte Pack. SGX, we are looking at consolidation at its high, and we are looking out for a breakout so that it can continue to move higher. And Del Monte is moving towards its resistance, and another breakout can help it to move further. So let's take a look at these two counter. SGX. We have SGX broken out from its resistance over here with a nice volume, and it did went up but hasn't hit the 11.71 target. So the candle pattern is actually not friendly when it hit 1140 plus level, because it is a doji at the top, and naturally when it pull back, confirming this doji, it potentially can lead to slightly more downside towards 1118 support level. So if it retest support, it may present another opportunity for you to re-enter into this counter. Del Monte. So Del Monte pack, if you refer to the chart over here, candle following candles, we see that this Del Monte pack has not actually broken out from its resistance as yet. Okay, so now the breakout is at 4.3. So why I'm saying so is that because Del Monte pack gives a dividend, and the chart has been adjusted down. So what we are looking at is that a 4.3 breakout will potentially help the counter to continue higher towards its resistance at this 4.65 or even higher. Let's look at the next two counter, ST Engineering and CapitaLand on the 13th July. What we are facing on ST Engineering is that there is a potential breakout, because if I were to zoom out the whole chart is showing the a very nice formation over here. Okay, we can deem this as, you know, a rectangle pattern or a nice ascending triangle pattern over here. So if this counter can break out successfully, which it has been trading at its resistance level right now, right? We want to see it close above 401 with a solid white candle to suggest a more potential upside, with the target at 429. So we have CapitaLand, right, looking at to break its major resistance towards its next resistance at 391. Okay, so CapitaLand, as everybody knows, that CapitaLand is currently undergoing restructuring, where it is going to privatize its development business and then release as the REIT management company, so, or property management company. So what we are looking at is that it managed to break out above its resistance at 378. Now it's trading at 380. So if this counter managed to hold above 379, 380, then we potentially would see a upward movement towards 390. Next counter is NanoFirm on 14th of July. So we have NanoFirm over here, currently trading at its previous resistance support, and we are looking at a rebound. Okay, over here, and we are looking at NanoFirm has already moved. Our entry is 572, currently is trading 575, 577. So if this is successful, it should be able to break above 588 resistance, and then our target will be 607 for the time being. Okay, so with this, I end my video sharing. Okay, so for those who would like to join me in this trading together, right? This is what I'd like to share with you, these slides, which every week I have been sharing. Okay, so you can open an account with Lim and Tan through online, and then if you have difficulty, please contact me. So after you being my client, you'll be able to discuss any financial goals and targets that cater for your liking. Okay, so because not everybody would be able to trade aggressively. Some would like to create a portfolio for dividends so that they can focus on their job. So all these are tailor-made for you. Okay, so you can contact me if you like to. So with this, have a good week ahead, and have a good weekend as well. Thank you for viewing. See you next week.